Howdy do everyone. It is a Sunday, 2025, and no, sorry, it's not Sunday, it's Saturday. Sorry, it's Saturday, November 2025. Um, Today has been pretty busy, not that productive. I kind of did the sound system for a wedding and did some drumming and whatnot. But right now that's not important. So I managed to do a good session this afternoon. Sat down and watched some Liam Otley. Shout out to Liam. This is your $1 billion AI bet kind of vlog. 1 hour 14 minutes. Shout out to Liam. But something that I picked up from that was they were doing some strategy stuff to do with, I call it empire, because creating things which kind of feed into each other and also sustain things. So, like, if one disappeared, then you've still got all these others. Well, it made me think about my strategy, um, and basically how I need to construct each of the different areas to, number one, feed into each other, number two, bring in some kind of other things or ideas or whatever that might bring in some sort of income or something that, yeah, it's all pretty kind of raw in the brain at the moment. But because, like, for instance, we've got the main program, so that's one. We'll call it pillar. So that's one pillar, and then we've got the YouTube. That's kind of another pillar, and so the link between that for the empire for that side of things is the YouTube flywheel feeds into the program, and they can eat. I mean, you can't make that much money on YouTube technically through AdSense, kind of. And you don't get that much from AdSense, but it will still be bringing in something. And also, the other things with YouTube is you can, once you build up an audience, well, you can first monetize the audience through paid communities, or if you get quite a good personal brand around the YouTube, you can do things like merchandise. You can do, whatever you want to end up monetizing. Probably merch is pretty cool. Different products. But the point is that the YouTube flywheel is also another pillar. So we've got pillar one, the main program. Pillar two, YouTube flywheel, which also will feed, will turbocharge, will, help feed into the program. Program's the main income, YouTube's a flywheel, can sustain itself, plus actually help grow, feed into the program. So those two work together, two pillars. Now, I haven't actually done that much brainstorming around it because I've only just learnt it from these guys, because they've got their main Morningside AI, and then they go into wanting to productize whatever they want to productize to do with it. So maybe the education side of things, teaching other people how to do it. So they've got their Morningside AI, which is their main big business, which they make a lot from. And then they can also bring in more money by teaching people how they did what they did with Morningside AI, and that's another income, and they both kind of link into each other, and that's what they're doing. And then they've got their SaaS agency and whatever else they're doing. They've got quite a big flywheel thing. But anyway, so yeah, so 1, 2 pillars, and then we've got I've already touched on the Raw channel. I don't know what sort of pillar that is. That kind of just feeds into the brand of the main YouTube channel. So the Raw channel, well, it kind of feeds into it, but it doesn't really sustain itself. Not that much. Because there won't be, well, there might, no, it's raw and authentic. So that will just mainly be AdSense when it gets to that point. But I don't really count that as a pillar. Maybe no, I can't. The ad funnel system doesn't count as a pillar because that doesn't thing. So I suppose I could even have another program or paid community separate, which feeds into the Accelerator program. My thinking behind it is actually teaching the systems on how I built this in another program. Maybe, yes, no. Maybe it's too close of a topic. What else? Digital, need to stay on digital products. Audiobooks, YouTube. Oh, yeah, that's another one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Lots to think about. My brain is like big thunderstorm, not thunderstorm. You know what I mean. You can probably hear all the cogs whirring away. Yeah. No, not Spotify. Yeah, lots to think about. Okay. Road to 1 million. Let's get it. Keep hustling.